Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Fantasy Jedi podcast. It's your host, self-proclaimed, self-titled, self-learned, self-taught Fantasy Jedi, Randy or RD3. We're here with a special one for you today. Today, we're going to be doing a fantasy draft live. Here, we've got an 8-team fantasy draft. It's a full-point PPR. With bonuses all around for quarterbacks and for wide receivers and running backs and defensive players. We got 2 flex defensive players. You play 2 quarterbacks every week, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, and a super flex. So this is going to be a heck of a draft. Should be a lot of fun here on the podcast as well as on YouTube. We'll actually have the video of the draft, so you'll be able to see each pick as it happens. We should have 2 people in the draft actually joining us at some point. One of them has the first pick of the draft, and he's going to be late, I think, it looks like. So the draft starts in about 2.5 minutes, and he isn't at his computer yet. So he is automatically most likely going to get Antonio Brown. I have the 2nd overall pick. I've been everywhere with this. I've been, do I go Odell Beckham? Do I go Julio Jones? What do I do? And I think I've officially decided on David Johnson. Just the way everything is in this league, I think it's going to be, I think that's the best bet. The best choice that I could go with would be David Johnson. Now, like I said, 2 of the people in the draft, which is my, actually they're related to me, my stepdad and my brother, should be joining via Skype when they get to their computers. My brother has the 4th overall pick, so I'm hoping he can get to his computer in time. They're actually together right now, trying to get there in time. It looks like there's one other person that is not in yet. He's a Vikings fan, so he may be mourning Teddy Bridgewater's injury right now, which I totally get. I feel horrible for Teddy Bridgewater. It's an awful situation, but the show goes on. You know, the show goes on. So I'm thinking, man, it's just a crazy thing because you're starting 2 quarterbacks and 3 wide receivers, and it's still a flex. So if you're gonna have 2 tight ends or 3 running backs or 4 wide receivers or 3 quarterbacks, it's crazy, and I love it. This is the stuff I love. I love doing crazy things like this. Okay, they should be back soon because my brother actually just got on. I know he was going to get in on the app, but he just got on, so we're just missing the number 1 pick, which is my stepdad, and the number 6 pick. But we got 30 seconds until the draft begins. I've been waiting for this. I've been doing all of my research and things. I'm sorry, headphone users, if anything crazy happens when they call me on Skype or anything like that. I am apologizing in ahead of time, just in case it gets real loud all of a sudden. You have my sincerest, deepest apologies. Ow. Like, that is really loud in my headphones, at least. Good sweet Jesus. I need to turn that down. Alright, that's better.
Your team is now on the clock.
Oh, team is now on the clock. David Johnson. Get it, got it good. Now, my dad is on the clock now. He's in this league as well. It's kind of like a semi-family league. He went with Odell Beckham. You got my brother on the clock now. He went Julio Jones. Not much of a surprise there. We got Razzle on the clock. Razzle Dazzle. See who he goes with. With the 5th pick. Todd Gurley is the top one on the list right now. But I don't know if that's who he'll go with. Waiting to see, man. When they take forever like this, it's like, come on, man. I'm just messing. Razzle, if you're listening to this, I totally get it. You must not have been listening to the Fantasy Jedi the past few podcasts, so you could be prepared. But yeah, let's see how it goes here. So we got first one's off. It's pretty much straightforward. Antonio Brown, Antonio Brown, David Johnson, Odell Beckham, Julio Jones. Top 4, straight off the board. No surprises. I would be surprised if it's anything other than Todd Gurley or AJ Green here. He is a Patriots fan, but I don't know what Patriot he would take. He's got 10 seconds. Uh-oh. He might just default to Todd Gurley here. Yep. Defaulted to Todd Gurley. I'm not sure where the homie is. Then we got AJ Green going off the board. So far pretty standard. It's just kind of going through the ranked list here at this point. It's usually how it is to start it off with. Everybody's pretty much got the same expectations. There goes Adrian Peterson. Saw that one coming. I can tell you right now, though, someone that's going to be gone before I get to them is Rob Gronkowski. I would love to get him in the second round. I would totally be down for that, but don't see that coming. Next on the list is Ezekiel Elliott. So we'll see. It looks like we got 2 people on auto draft. So obviously those couple people will probably be gone. Ezekiel Elliott just got taken. Gronk is the next one on the list. With the it would be the 10th overall pick. He's ranked 9th. Honestly, with my next pick, I might go quarterback because it's a 3-quarterback league. I feel like that is pretty vital to get at least one solid one right off the get-go. Where do they have Cam Newton? Oh no, Cam Newton actually is gone. Somebody took Cam. I missed that. Aaron Rodgers is still on the board. But I think I'm gonna go quarterback here and then wide receiver. Or yeah, that's the best bet. You just have to. You have to. Lamar Miller just got taken. There goes Gronk with the 11th pick overall. Des Bryant with the 12th overall pick. And I got my brother back on the clock. He took Eddie Lacy. So Eddie Lacy, boom, gone, out of there. We got my Padre on the clock now. See who he's going to take. I assume he'll probably take a wide receiver here because I think he took running. No, he took wide receiver, so he'll probably take a running back. I'm not sure who. Running backs are kind of already.
Your team is now on the clock.
Up. He took Dougie Martin. I'm going to go ahead and draft Aaron Rodgers here. And there goes DeAndre Hopkins off the board.
Your team is now on the clock.
And Devonta Freeman. I'm going to take Allen Robinson here. So far our team is Aaron Rodgers, David Johnson, Allen Robinson. I'm totally cool with that. Waiting on some of these other guys to get in here. My dad's back up. It's his turn to pick. Not sure where he'll go. He might go with like Jamal Charles here. Usually he's asking me for help, but we're not actually together for this one. So it's he's having to figure it out on his own, riding solo. Trying to text some of these people. See where they be. Where they be at? Auto pick's never fun. For one, you might not like it. And my Padre did take Jamal Charles. I called it, claimed it. It happened. With my next 2 picks, I'm going to tell you who I'm looking at for my next 2 picks, but I don't know that I'm actually going to get them. My next 2 picks, I am looking at Le'Veon Bell, which would be 4th round. I'm looking at Le'Veon Bell and either... I'm looking at Le'Veon Bell or Le'Veon. I'm looking at Le'Veon Bell and Amari Cooper, I think. Unless I decide to go quarterback. Unless I decide to go ahead and get that second quarterback. But I think I'm going to hold off on that. Alright, let's see here. Alright, so they just got back to the house, but now they're acting like they're not gonna be on. So Amari Cooper is actually already gone, and then followed by Brandon Marshall and Mark Ingram. Still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks until my pick. So I do not believe that Le'Veon Bell is going to last that long, unfortunately. Really wanted to get that second stud running back, even with him being suspended the first 3 games. But looks like that'll have to not happen. Alshon Jeffrey, yeah, Le'Veon Bell gone. Alshon Jeffrey gone. Julian Edelman, that's a surprise. I've got 2 picks till mine. If LaShawn McCoy is there, I'll take him. I'm always a little skeptical of LaShawn McCoy. I don't know, or do I go? Oh man, do I go wide receiver here? We got like Jarvis Landry, Demaryius Thomas, Sammy Watkins, Jordan Reed, all still available. Yeah, there goes LaShawn McCoy off the board. We got CJ Anderson on here. I don't know, I do want to get another good running back, but at the same time, there's a lot more wide receiver positions that I need to fill. So I'm kind of leaning more wide receiver here. Maybe go wide receiver, running back with these 2 close picks. Have not decided yet. Waiting for my Padre to pick here.
Your team is now on the clock.
He picked T.Y. Hilton. Demaryius Thomas is a thought-provoking one because he's good. But at the same time, he doesn't have a quarterback. Oh, man. Okay. I went C.J. Anderson there. So my 2 top running backs are David Johnson, C.J. Anderson. My next pick, I think, might actually be Jordan Reed for the tight end. And then I'll have a quarterback, 2 running backs, wide receiver, tight end. And then I need to pick some wide receivers. So I make sure that I get that taken care of. I would go ahead and next pick a wide receiver. But I want to make sure I have a solid tight end. And that should be Jordan Reed. should be Jordan Reed. My stepdad's up right now. He's from the Washington area, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he's eyeing Jordan Reed just because of that. He's not much into football. He's kind of I'm glad he's in the league because it's fun to have, family in the league together and all that kind of stuff. He just doesn't know much of what he's doing. He took Kamar Aiken. Not a surprise there. Grew up down in that area, so he went with a ball.
Your team is now on the clock.
And then he went with Ben Roethlisberger. All right, so we got Aaron Rodgers, David Johnson, C.J. Anderson, Allen Robinson, and Jordan Reed. That's who we're sitting with right now. Next picks. Oh, we got one calling in now. Hello.
Hello.
Yo.
What's happening?
Not much. Just drafting away.
Yeah, I'm like lost right now. I kept forgetting to hit the pick draft button, so I'm clicking the check or the plus sign. Anyway.
That's funny. Yeah, it's oh man, my dad took Carson Palmer. Yeah, I'm recording the podcast here, so you're in that, so
yeah.
Just be prepared. And so I've been kind of talking through all of my picks, which is good because I pick right before you for my first pick, so you can't steal the first pick that I want to pick. But yeah, it's a little tough because of the way we're doing it this year with 2 quarterbacks and 3 wide receivers. It's just because there's so many wide receivers, like good wide receivers this year. So to kind of help the points, I saw a lot of people doing that, going to 3 wide receivers. So I figured we'd try it out.
Cool.
But we still have a couple people, like Razzle is not actually in the draft. He's auto drafting right now for some reason. And so is Gabe. Gabe told me he would be on, but he must be busy or something, I guess. But yeah, so I've got a quarterback, 2 running backs, a wide receiver, and a tight end. So I need to pick another wide receiver. What are we looking at here? There goes Randall Cobb. Alright, I still got a few picks till it's my turn.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, let me look at your team here real quick.
I think I only got like 2 people.
What's your... There it is. So you got Ben Roethlisberger, Devonta Freeman, Antonio Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, and Kamar Aiken.
Oh,
so you've got
yeah, okay.
You've got 3 wide receivers so far, which are good wide receivers. The 2 especially, Antonio Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, are both good. Devonta Freeman's a really good running back, and Ben Roethlisberger is an okay quarterback. Oh man, it just auto drafted a kicker.
I was about to say, I don't remember picking Hopkins.
That was probably before you got here, so it auto drafted for you. I feel like Razzle just set up his team to auto draft New England players.
Probably.
Alright, so now Nathan is on the clock.
Is he picking? Because he's supposed to be doing his homework.
Well, the time's going down a lot, so it looks like he's probably not paying attention to it. And then it's my dad, which is Star-Lord, and then it's me. So I need to get another wide receiver here. We're going pretty quick.
Derek Carr any good still?
Who?
Derek Carr. Right.
Yeah. He had a good. Nathan took Brandon Cooks. He had a good fantasy year last year. Some people think he won't do as good this year, but I mean, I don't see why.
Your team is now on the clock.
All right, I'm gonna go Michael Crabtree.
Your team is now on the clock.
My team is now on the clock. Great. Cricket. I don't know who I want. Definitely not picking Kaepernick. I know that.
All right, so let's see here. I'll wait and see what the master picks. Joe
Your team is now on the clock.
I know I'm on the clock. Okay, where's my kicker?
Your team is now on the clock.
All right.
So
it's back to us.
No, off.
Honestly, feel like there's still a lot of wide receivers left. Thinking about going with another running back. 9 and 11 are the bye weeks right now. Could get Latavius Murray. Though I already have Latavius Murray in. Don't want Rawls. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go quarterback. Going quarterback. So we got Aaron Rodgers, Andrew Luck, David Johnson, C.J. Anderson, Allen Robinson, Michael Crabtree, and Jordan Reed so far. Looking good, looking good. So there goes Jeremy Maclin off the board.
Their microphone detected. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Something popped up on my screen said no microphone detected.
That's weird. Weird. Alright, so Nathan is up.
All guys.
Clock ticking for days. Yeah, the Fall. He's got the same name in the other league that he's in with me too.
Here I thought it was somebody who was a fan of the show, Fall Guy. Lee Majors. Just Teddy Two Gloves.
That's Gabe from work. I want to check a little something here.
Dang it, I took my computer.
Okay. That's perfect. Okay. I know who I want to take next. I have found the one. Did I take my other running back? No. So I still need a running back too. Okay. So I'll pick another wide receiver and a running back. My next one. we got Michael Floyd taken, Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers. The Broncos defense with the 60th overall pick. That's a little high, but okay.
Your team is now on the clock.
Gary Barnidge, Tyler Eifert, and I'm going to take Kelvin Benjamin.
Your team is now on the clock.
My team is now on the clock.
Your team is now on the clock.
DeMarco Murray. Mike took DeMarco Murray with the quickness. And then we're going to have another pick here.
Your team is now on the clock.
Offense. I gotta start looking at my defense next.
Man or day. Hold on a second. Alright, yeah, I think I am going to go Latavius Murray here. Alright, so we'll take him. That way we've got 3 running backs with different bye weeks. Just going to take a quick look and see. Frank Gore got taken there. At this point, with my next pick, which is going to be in the 10th round, Thomas Rawls is still on the board. At this point, I would almost be willing to take Thomas Rawls. I might actually go tight end, though, so I have a second tight end. Oh, there goes Blake Bortles and David Carr. Let's see what happens here. It's the last 2 picks of the 9th round. Jonathan Stewart. That's actually a good one. That's a good sleeper pick there. He was going to be one of next week's sleepers. Although actually next week will be the week leading up to the first regular season games, so it probably won't do sleepers much for that. It's just going to be talking about starting lineups and matchups and stuff like that. But he was a good one to get. Chiefs defense goes off the board. Now we got 3 auto draft picks in a row. Seahawks defense, Cardinals defense. That's the defense I wanted. And Matt Ryan. Now Nathan is up.
Is he picking out Cardinals? Nathan. Oh, Gabe took Cardinals.
Yeah. Nathan got the Panthers defense.
Your team is now on the clock.
Star-Lord just took Danny Woodhead. Now, I'm going to take Kobe Fleener here. There's another tight end.
Your team is now on the clock. Your team is now on the clock.
Just took Steelers for defense.
Nice. And now I'm going to pick a 3rd quarterback just to be safe. Or do I? There's still some good receivers.
Cincinnati's got some really good projections for 26.
Yeah.
Your team is now on the clock.
The computer's running slow.
I'm still not sure about that play there. So we're gonna go ahead and I don't know. I feel like I want another wide receiver. So we got 7, 10, and 5 for bye weeks. Alright, there's my Cardinals player. I got a wide receiver.
Oh, yeah, I know what that is.
Goes to Sean Jackson. Chandler Catanzaro, the Arizona kicker. Gabe's got a couple Arizona players now. Seattle's kicker. Kicker is usually my very last pick of the draft. I usually go last with the kicker. Let's see here. Oh man, it's almost my pick. Nathan got Sterling, or Nathan got Shepard. I knew he wanted him. Wait, who was? Oh, it's a. Okay, I was gonna say, please don't tell me Mark Ingram just got taken. That is a defensive player off the board.
Your team is now on the clock.
I'm gonna go defensive player here.
Your team is now on the clock. Your team is now on the clock.
Well, thank you.
Let's see here. Okay, we got our next pick here in just a second. Do I go defensive play?
Your team is now on the clock.
Do I do this?
I know, but I don't have.
What's BN again? Is that the alternates or?
Is bench. They're your bench players to rotate for bye weeks or matchups or things like that.
Gotcha.
We're back. So I took Jameis Winston there, third and final quarterback that I'm going to take. Actually, I might take Dak Prescott and just put him on the bench and see what he does. Next round I get to pick in is the 14th. If Thomas Rawls is still available the 14th, that to me is at that point very worth it. So I might pick him up, although I still need to get another. I feel like I still want another wide receiver. Did I get 2 tight ends? Yeah, I got 2 tight ends. Oh, there goes Thomas Rawls. Nathan took him. You'd think I was live streaming this. Man, people are starting to take more defensive players. I might need to get my other defensive player quick. Oh snap! Okay, snap. No, I knew who I want to take next. He's gonna be on the bench for the first couple of weeks, but. Nathan took Marcus Mariota. Got my Padre on the clock now. You were breaking up there. Couldn't touch that.
Running his room killed Aaron.
Hey, don't do that. He might just have a queue set up, like he put in a queue who he wanted, so now when it's his turn, it just pulls from that queue of available players that I picked. Bum bum. Alright, my dad's wanting to take a long time here.
Your team is now on the clock.
He took Julius Thomas. I'm going to slide in here in the 14th round with some Josh Gordon action. Feeling real good about that.
Your team is now on the clock.
Oh, dang it. One.
Alright, so
your team is now on the clock.
Justin Forsett, Blaine Gabbert. Do I take this guy or not? I'm going to, yes. Alright, so there's my defensive players. I still need my full-on defense, though. So we're at. Okay, wow. Alright, it's late enough to pick some of these guys and feel okay about it for sure. I might actually pick 2 running backs in my next 2 picks. Then I need to go wide receiver. And defense. And just kind of fill in. Okay, so we got Jordan Matthews, Duke Johnson, Zach Ertz, all taken. Dak Prescott taken. Jay Ajayi taken. Chris Ivory, poof, gone. Crap, they're gonna take one of the people I wanted. Oh, I went Tyler Lockett, Jason Witten. Let's see who my dad takes here. Wonder if this guy one's gonna still be available.
Your team is now on the clock.
Or he will be. Right, we're gonna get Jeremy Langford here. I feel okay about that in the 16th
now on the
round.
clock.
Oh, Mike.
Is now on the clock.
What?
You poor soul.
Why?
That tight end just got put on injured reserve for the year.
Great.
Your team is now on the clock.
And then Mike Wallace. Okay. I'm going to slide in here and take Melvin Gordon in the 17th round. I am absolutely okay with Melvin in the 17th round. Ooh! Stealing him. I got 4 more bench positions available. Decisions. This will be a nice long podcast to get the people through the weekend. Oh, this funny picture I just saw that says, "Still waiting for Ashton Kutcher to announce he's punked the entire country with the 2016 election." It's funny. Alright, what we're looking at here, we got Rashard Jennings, Navarro Bowman, Chris Coleman, and Torrey Smith. All one off the board in that order. Tellis Bennett taken. I like that pick as well. T.J. Yeldon, not too high on that. But Garrett Blunt. It's tempting to pick D'Angelo Williams because you got him. You got a solid starter for 3 weeks. And put him in the flex or something. With Le'Veon Bell's suspension, that is a tempting pickup, but I already have so many running backs at this point. I almost don't want to pick another one.
Your team is now on the clock.
But it is my turn. What defenses are available still? Oh, okay, there's plenty. Yeah. Solid starter for 3 weeks is worth it, I guess.
Your team is now on the clock. Your team is now on the clock. Your team is now on the clock.
This is tough.
Once to the computer.
Or is it really? Do I take this guy? Urgh. Yeah. He's one of my sleeper picks you get if you guys have been watching the podcast. the previous podcasts, and you're watching this, listening to this, you'll know that I had Vincent Jackson as one of my sleeper picks. So we went ahead and got him, and then right after that, one of the other sleepers, Anquan Bolden, just got drafted, and we're talking 19th round here. So we'll see what becomes of that, but I feel like those are some good sleeper picks. Let's see where we're sitting at here. We've got 2 bench spots left, and we need a defense and a kicker. So we might spring and get the defense on the next one, potentially. Let's see what we've got here. So Kevin White just got taken, along with Marvin Jones from Detroit, which is the one I was thinking about taking and then chose not to. So that was a tough decision between him and Vincent Jackson, but I think I'm going to turn out okay with Vincent here. Antonio Gates of Silva. I do not need a third tight end, but he is Antonio Gates, so he usually does fairly decent. I just don't know. I might get Devontae Parker, since it's a bench spot anyway. Don't know if he'll be good or not. I don't know.
It's like one more spot.
Goes Matthew Stafford. And there goes Antonio Gates, so I won't be picking him. There goes Kirk Cousins. Travis Benjamin.
Serious? Who's Teddy Two Gloves?
That is Nathan, or not Nathan, sorry. Nathan just took the Texans defense. That is Gabe.
He was in my queue.
Let's see who's starting.
Your team is now on the clock.
Isaiah Kroll, okay. Gosh, I don't even know. I don't think I want Devontae Parker. I was thinking about it there, but they'll still be available. Dang it, this is tough. This to the point in the draft where there's nothing really crazy, like nothing really big, no one really big out there. So it's just kind of like trying to just pick people to fill positions. You know what? I'm gonna pick him and just kind of let him ride on the bench, see what happens.
Your team is now on the clock. Team is now on the clock.
So I took Victor Cruz with the 159th pick overall in the 20th round. And then Lawrence Timmons was taken. With our next pick, I think this is going to be the last bench spot we actually have, I think. Yes. So we're going to take scroll down here.
Your team is now on the clock.
And I'm going to take DeAndre Washington, because I did take Latavius Murray, correct? Yes. So just in case anything happens to him, we'll take DeAndre Washington. Alright, so now I just need my defense and my kicker. And we out this place. I already know what defense I want. I'm going to try and go for the Raiders defense. Because I think that they'll be good this year. Then just so I'm going to pick some random kicker. Let's play eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Alright, so I took DeAndre Washington, then it goes Justin Tucker, kicker, Carlos Santos, or whatever his name is. I think that's his name. Zach Miller, tight end. That's actually a pretty good one. I think he'll do okay. Tyrod Taylor, off the board. Ryan Tannehill. Chris Conte. Not a bad defensive player. Kendricks from Philadelphia. Ryan Fitzpatrick. Off the board with 170th pick. Dwayne Allen. Oh man, yep, we're getting right close to the end of the draft here. Teddy Bridgewater. Razzle's auto drafted him Teddy Bridgewater. He dislocated his knee and tore his ACL today in practice.
Oh, nice.
So he's done for the year already. And Razzle's thing auto drafted him. Oh man, Nathan is up now. Obviously, Razzle didn't. Oh, I guess it's not technically up yet. That podcast doesn't go up till tomorrow. So he wouldn't have listened to that. That was Brock Osweiler. Gone there. Oh man. And now we got Star-Lord up for a pick.
Not all last week, not on Thursday.
Let's see what happens here. Let's counting down. He probably fell asleep drafting. He got Willie Snead. That was a good pick. I was tempted to pick him, and then I decided not to. So, Oakland Raiders defense.
Now on the clock. Your team is now on the clock.
I got one more bench. I don't know what to pick. Should I go with 3 defense?
No, I would not do that. Let me take a look here. I would maybe get another tight end since that one that you picked up is no bueno. Yeah. Honestly, I'd get the second one there. Jared Cook. Yeah.
Your team is now on the clock.
He's been looking pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, time for my kicker. I'm going to go, I think, with... I'm going to go with Mason Crosby for the Packers. I think they're going to have a big year for touchdowns, so... Oh, I don't know, though. Actually, I think... I'm going to go Mike Nugget. It's actually Nugent, but it doesn't really matter. Wait, is he actually drafting? Razzle just commented and said so many rounds, but he's been auto drafting. He must have been putting things in his queue. Why did he draft Teddy Bridgewater? That's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, we got a pretty deep bench in this one, which I like, because you never know. You pick up players that are second strings that end up actually starting to go off, and then they're on your bench, so you can put them in. And with 8 teams, there's not a lot of, and there's a lot of players to go around,
Thanks
so you
for
can fill your
attending
bench.
NFL Draft. Best of luck.
There we go. So there we have it. That's the that's this year's draft. So yeah. So all right, cool. Well, thanks for jumping in Skype and having another voice in the podcast.
Voice.
And I'm sure I'll communicate with you in some form soon.
Peace.
Whether that be Skype or Facebook message or text or phone or smoke signal. So, all right, I'll see you later.
Who's Crota?
That's Razzle.
So is he on?
It seemed like it.
It sends in the chat. It says so many.
Yeah. Yeah. But he was drafting crazy people, so I don't know what's up. So.
All right, man.
All right. See ya. All right, guys. So let's take a look here at our team, and we have the beautiful Mrs. Davis that I'm gonna have listen, and she can give us her opinion on what we've drafted here. We've got remember, it's 2 quarterbacks. This is what you start every week. You start 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, a kicker, a defense, 2 defensive flex positions, and a super flex, which is quarterback, running back, wide receiver, or tight end. Goodness. Either one of those. Okay.
That's a lot, babe.
Yeah. So this is my team here. We got Aaron Rodgers, Andrew Luck, and Jameis Winston. Those are our 3 quarterbacks that I picked up. Those are the 3 quarterbacks I picked up. Okay. Running backs, we've got David Johnson, C.J. Anderson, Latavius Murray, Jeremy Langford, Melvin Gordon, D'Angelo Williams, and DeAndre Washington, which is the backup for Latavius Murray.
Yeah.
Wide receivers, Allen Robinson, Michael Crabtree, Kelvin Benjamin, John Brown, Josh Gordon, Vincent Jackson, Victor Cruz.
Okay.
Those are our wide receivers. Tight ends, we've got Jordan Reed and Kobe Fleener. Kicker, Mike Nugent. Defense, Raiders. Defensive players, I got a linebacker, Luke Kuechly for Carolina, and a defensive back from Miami, Rashad Jones.
Seems like a pretty solid team, babe.
I am fairly happy with it, although...
Especially because you got a lot of
Raiders you've kind
players.
Of screwed me up. Somehow I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4 Raiders players and 1 Cardinals player. No, that's not true. I'm sorry, 2. Because I had I have David Johnson and John Brown.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's a pretty good team overall. I mean, I've got 3 solid quarterbacks, and I could almost play those. I could play one of them in my flex and play those 3 every week. But then I've got David Johnson, C.J. Anderson, Latavius Murray, Jeremy Langford, Melvin Gordon, D'Angelo Williams, DeAndre Washington. DeAndre Washington's my guy that's just going to stay on the bench. If something were to happen to Latavius Murray or something like that, then I have him. D'Angelo Williams, I've got solid starter for 3 weeks because of Le'Veon Bell. I wasn't able to get him, unfortunately. Langford's the starter over in Chicago without much competition. Melvin Gordon is the starter in San Diego and has been looking really good.
Yeah.
Wide receivers are a little iffy outside of Robinson and Crabtree. I mean, those 2 are solid. Kelvin Benjamin's not shown much in preseason. John Brown is finally healthy. Josh Gordon looked really good in preseason. I liked what Vincent Jackson was doing in preseason too, and Victor Cruz is finally back. He played his first game, last preseason game.
Yeah.
And my tight ends. I finally got good tight ends. Jordan Reed and Kobe Fleener.
Good job, babe.
I'm really happy with those. I was listening to Fantasy XM Fantasy Radio
Yeah.
And they were saying that Jordan Reed, the tight end, is going to be the number 1 receiver for the Redskins this year. So that's good for me.
I was telling you that a long time ago.
You were. And I like Kobe Fleener because he's a good pass-catching tight end, and with the Saints with Drew Brees, I think he's gonna have a really, really good time. So that was our draft. That's our special hour-long podcast for you today on Friday. Hope you did enjoy it. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe and make sure to like the video. If you're listening to us on SoundCloud, make sure that you follow and like, and we'll see you next time on Monday, where we start regular season week 1 preparations and try to get the best lineup going for you. This has been the Fantasy Jedi Podcast. Your host Randy. Until next time, see ya.